Happy Monday, everybody. And while we're in this lull period, because that's what it is, we're just going to go over articles here in Lions Nation. I give you my thoughts on this. In this one, we're talking about a potential trade for a linebacker, extending Jared Goff, big-time money, and 3 surprising contributors for the Detroit Lions offense. But before we get into today's video, if you're a big fan of the Lions and you like a fan perspective, i.e. myself, and you like a former player in Herman Moore and his perspective and other guests, you need to subscribe to the channel because that's all we do on here is talk Detroit Lions, different perspectives from fans and former players. Let's get this thing going. One of these articles here from Fansided is the Detroit Lions potentially making a trade for a linebacker from the Baltimore Ravens. We're very familiar with this linebacker, at least I am. Patrick Queen, young stud LB over there, potentially could get moved. And obviously, if we're talking about it, the Detroit Lions are one of those teams that they pegged as a team that could acquire a linebacker such as Patrick Queen here. And in this trade scenario, Lions get Patrick Queen, but they give up a 3rd-round pick next year and a 5th-round pick in 2024. Didn't say specifically what the pick was, but it could have been the pick there from Jeffrey Okudah because there is one of those out there, but that's in 2025. Anyways, we give up a pair of draft picks and get a stud linebacker I think is solid. The Lions could extend him and throw him on the LB core. And you're talking about having Alex Anzalone, Jack Campbell, Patrick Queen, Malcolm Rodriguez, and Derek Barnes. I think that is a massive upgrade, at least this offseason, to get better at linebacker. First off, I love Jack Campbell. He's going to be playing a lot. Patrick Queen would probably be getting more reps than Malcolm Rodriguez if we were to do this. But the thing is the Lions run a lot of two linebacker sets, so I'm not sure how it would work. I mean, I love Patrick Queen. I think he would definitely be an upgrade, and I have no reason not to make a trade here. I don't know if going two picks would be necessary, maybe just 1 3rd-round pick. But he would definitely be an upgrade at the linebacker position. But the problem would be is how would he be utilized in the scheme, considering the fact that the Detroit Lions run generally 2 LBs. That is a fact, but make no mistake about it, he would be an upgrade. He absolutely would. And if you're wanting to get this defense to be stout all over the field, adding another LB, there's not going to be a problem to it. And that would be probably... It'd be interesting to see how they would work it situational. Maybe they have to change the scheme up a little bit. Instead of doing 2 linebackers, they get more of a 3-linebacker set. Maybe that was a situation last year, considering the fact that our depth at LB was not good. So maybe they come back to more of a 4-3 type of set. Still, he would be good for the Detroit Lions. There's absolutely no doubt about it. Do I think the Lions are going to do this? Probably not. Why? Because, again, I just see the Lions doing their 2 linebacker sets, and that'd be Alex Anzalone and Jack Campbell, and I think they do like Malcolm Rodriguez situational downs. I'm not sure what's going to go on with Derek Barnes. Maybe his reduction in snaps is going to really take place this year, and maybe they feel he's not the guy for the future on this team and something that they had to go in a different direction. But he would be an upgrade. I would love Patrick Queen on this team. Let me know your thoughts on him coming to the Detroit Lions. Heavy says Lions rumors. Jared Goff could be in line for a big contract extension. We have been talking about this a lot. Should the Detroit Lions extend Jared Goff? Should they look towards getting him under contract? I don't think it's going to happen this year. I'm going to keep 100. Lions aren't, in my opinion, going to extend him this year. This would be a situation for after this season. If he comes in and he replicates the success like it shows in here last year of almost 4,500 passing yards, 29 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and he continues this great trend that he was doing the second half of last year with no interceptions, and he just comes out there and be efficient, then there is absolutely a possibility the Lions could look to extend him. It would be 2.5 years of solid play, because year one, the first half of the year was not good. Not his fault. I'm going to tell you that right now. There was no weapons there. And then he started really getting on with Ben Johnson than last year. And if he did that this year, that's a lot of years of consistency of doing it good. And so they could look to extend him. And the Hendon Hooker thing could be then he's just a backup quarterback, or, at some point if he does develop, you could trade him for a trade asset after a year of backing up, or kind of like a situation that it didn't take place with Green Bay with Jordan Love. What if they wanted to keep Aaron Rodgers? They could have then moved Jordan Love. That could be a situation for the Detroit Lions, the opposite of what took place. But that could be something the Lions look at. What would he get? You think it would be north of Daniel Jones. Why? Because Daniel Jones is not as good as Jared Goff. In my opinion, I think Goff is a better quarterback. Jones is more versatile and elusive, but Jared Goff overall is a better quarterback. I would absolutely trust Jared Goff over Daniel Jones in any situation. And he got $40 million. So that would suggest you would have to push that up there, maybe $42 to $43 million. Then you got to look at, should Jared Goff get that type of money? Because then you're going to be losing some resources to pay other players. And like this offensive line, like these threats that we have at wide receiver and tight ends, running back, and that could reduce, his ability to look great in multiple years if we were to extend him to a multi-year deal. But absolutely, this is a big year for Jared Goff. This is a big year for this offense. And look, if he comes out there and he balls, and he is a baller, and he does, he's top 10 quarterback throughout stats and everything, you can't knock the guy because he's in an offensive-friendly system. You got to praise him. That's what you do in the NFL. You try to get systems that are great. I think if you were to get a good quarterback in a piss-poor system, he's going to look worse than if he was in a better system. And all you can do is judge under the system that he has. And right now, Ben Johnson's done a phenomenal job. He's probably grooming the tight ends coach to eventually take his spot, and this offense will continue to thrive. Still, got to go with the numbers. They're not going to happen now. It's possible after this season. It's a big year, and we'll find out for sure. Lions Wire got three surprising contributors for the 2023 NFL season. Kalif Raymond, I have been saying, has been a stud for the Detroit Lions ever since we got him. It shouldn't be a surprise that he'd be a surprising player to do well. He's been doing well. The guy is not the biggest guy in the world. He's not the strongest guy in the world, but he is fast and he gets open and he catches nearly everything that gets into his hands. All you can do is praise what Kalif Raymond does, and he's good at special teams. The guy is just a damn good player for the Detroit Lions. Hell of a pickup by Brad Holmes, who fits the system and does well all around. So it says surprising. I don't think it's a surprise. I think this is an expectation now for Kalif Raymond. If you watch this guy in training camp, he is always getting open, and he's always fighting his butt off. He's doing everything he can to make big-time plays offensively. Just because his name is Kalif Raymond doesn't make him a big, doesn't make, he's just an average. No, he's done pretty damn good, and that's why I fought back against this idea the Lions need to get another wide receiver. Why? When Kalif Raymond is a damn good contributor. Right now, you got Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jamison Williams suspended. You got Josh Reynolds and Kalif Raymond. I'm fine with that right there. Even with his suspension, I'm fine with those three. Kalif Raymond can handle his own. He's showed it now 2 years straight with the Detroit Lions. I love that he's getting love. He deserves to get love, and I'm happy he's on this team. He's an awesome player, and he does exactly what he needs to do for his role. Sam Laporta, I don't think that would be a surprising one at all. I think a lot of people expect expect Sam Laporta to have a big season this year. Not a giant, end up being TJ Hawkinson, but when you draft a guy 34th in the draft, you expect this guy to be a contributor this year. He is a tight end. He's a fast learner. He can get open. Jared Goff will target him. They did that with Brock Wright when he was a rookie. I fully expect Sam Laporta to get targeted here, and I expect him to get his. He needs to. When you invest that high of a draft pick, he needs to do it. He lived up to it in rookie minicamp. I fully expect him to be a contributor in 2023. Maybe get like 400 or 500 yards passing, and that may sound not like a lot, but you got to understand there is weapons galore in this offense, and you can only pass it to so many players. Jared Goff is known for spreading the football around. He's not a one-target guy. He targets to everybody else. That would be a massive hit or win for Sam Laporta. Colby Sorsdale, this one's interesting here. I kind of disagree. I think Halapoulides Vaitai will take that right guard position. If there's injury, I could see Sorsdale going left or right guard and giving an opportunity there. But right now, he's a backup. So I don't really know the impact he's going to have in 2023 as a backup. He's not an everyday starter. I don't think he wins the right guard position. Unless there's an injury early from one of those spots, he's probably not going to be a field a lot unless it's preseason. So he'll be the backup guy doing his thing. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. You're drafting him to develop. That's the whole point in drafting a guy in round 5 is to develop so they can develop into a player that can ultimately be really good. Just because you get a guy in the 5th round doesn't mean they're going to be bad at all. We've seen multiple players in multiple rounds be good at their position. Amon-Ra, 4th down. War Daddy Warford, 3rd round. Jonah Jackson, 3rd round. You've seen it. So I have no problem with his development. I just don't know if he's going to be a player that's going to make a giant impact this year. But let me know. Maybe you completely disagree. Who are 3 players you think is going to impact for the Detroit Lions in 2023. That was not on this article. Let me know in the comments below. Again, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. We're trying to bring you everything Detroit Lions all the time.